Today on TMNIT Jams, we are joined by Ross Simon, who is the CEO of BidFin. BidFin empowers technology suppliers to make sales by providing straightforward payment solutions to simplify the process for their customers. Ross joins us today to tell us more about alternative funding and how BidFin's offerings can foster a smooth digital transformation. Thank you for coming along, Ross, and welcome to the Jam.
Thanks for having me, Zach. Appreciate it.
So, for a business that hasn't worked with BidFin before, what are your key products and offerings?
Sure. So we've got a number of debt instruments that allow organisations across the country to ultimately digitally transform. And the unique products that we've got range from software and services payment plans, for example, allowing companies to access mission critical software and services so they can digitally transform and break down any upfront costs associated with doing so. And actually spread the cost of software and services investment over time and pay for that technology as value is realised. And by doing so, they get a tremendous uplift in ROI, and they can actually access technology they need sooner rather than later versus stalling those investment decisions due to upfront cost. We've also got some great products for working capital style solutions, which allow companies to extend payment terms to suppliers to help them optimize their sort of cash conversion cycle. And we've also got a very exciting newly released product for organizations that can't access traditional bank funding that may have been skillful enough to have generated recurring revenue or monthly recurring revenue in their business. BidFin actually works with organizations and looks at that forward-looking or forecasted monthly recurring revenue, and we can actually pre-fund organisations upfront in advance against those future monthly recurring receivables. Again, just a great way of organisations accessing upfront capital without needing to dilute their equity shareholders so that they can grow and hyperscale faster than they ordinarily would have been able to without the offerings in which we can provide.
And we're seeing that a lot of organizations are accelerating their digital transformations. What is driving this decision, and why are they moving away from upfront investment in technology?
Yeah, it's a great question, and look, it's very imperative that all organizations have sort of digital transformation as a key priority, and there's a number of reasons why customers should be thinking about digital transformation. Look, firstly, internally, having the right digital architecture like software applications such as CRM or ERP, or I guess cybersecurity applications, ultimately drive productivity and efficiency gains with organizations versus relying on ongoing sort of manual processes and people. And so I guess the right technology is far more nimble and less prone to mistakes than ongoing human intervention. So it does really come back down to that efficiency piece, allowing all of our employees to do more with less by having access to the right technology. And then looking at the cultural impact of technology also. Look, technology allows us to collaborate far more effectively across our organizations. And with that, I guess, leads to greater communication and input from all of our employees, and talks to really important cultural values such as inclusion and D&I, and allows us to share examples of best practice across the workplace, which just allows us to continue improving across our organizations. And then ultimately, and most importantly, is the customer and our ability to not only target our customers through digital means, but also then have the ability to promote offers live to them and at scale, whether your customer set is local or you're thinking about expanding offshore. Having the right sort of subscription-based applications is imperative to be able to scale seamlessly and at large without, again, relying on that human intervention, which is very costly and sort of prone to error.
And what are the benefits of alternate funding, and what kind of solutions are available to organizations?
Yeah, look, alternative funding is really, really important. A lot of traditional funders haven't really had a huge appetite for lending against many of the, I guess, the digital asset classes. I mean, when you think about software and services, these are soft assets. Banks like to lend against hard assets that they can look, feel, and touch. When you think about a software license, it's a right to use. It's sort of thin air. And so traditional funders have struggled or have been reluctant I guess, to take exposure against this asset class. And so alternative funding allows companies to go through that all important digital transformation by accessing alternative funding solutions like software and services, payment plans, or recurring revenue funding, so that they can accelerate digital transformation investments and access the right technology today without having to stall investment decisions due to the unavoidable upfront invoices that the customers inevitably receive from vendors. So payment plans are a great way to enter into digital transformation at a low cost and pay for technology over time as it's realized, so companies can get all of the benefits that we just spoke to a couple of minutes ago.
And when it comes to finding the right alternative funding provider, what should an organization look for?
Yeah, I guess a track record from a funder. If you're looking to fund for technology or software services or hardware, don't go to a mortgage broker or a car asset financier. Go to an organization which actually understands technology as an asset class and what you're looking to try and achieve, can really understand your business and also the assets in which you're purchasing. That's very, very important for a number of reasons. Mainly, you're far more likely to secure the approval that you need, and you're going to get served in a more timely manner. But not only that, you're going to get the solution at the most appropriate cost for your organization. And then secondly, I'd say it's also important to look for a funder that's going to take a partnership approach with you, not just, I guess, at the transactional level, but as our organizations continue to evolve, so do our funding requirements. So having a true partner there that's going to not only cater for your short-term requirements from a funding perspective, but also look more broadly and look medium to long-term and try and understand what you're trying to achieve, so that they're there to take you along the whole journey. That's extremely important. And then making sure, and just to couple that you're dealing with a responsible lender, not an organization that's going to give you so much debt it's going to ultimately suffocate you. A true partner will look at your needs and understand your requirements and provide debt to you that's ultimately going to help you grow versus giving you a facility that's going to suffocate you and make life harder in the long term. So I think that's what I'd be seeking out at a macro level from a funding partner.
And if an enterprise end user wanted to engage with BidFin, what is the best way to get in touch?
info@bidfin.io. So very, very simple. If any organization is out there looking to acquire any technology whatsoever, whether it's hardware, laptop switches, networks, routers, software services, software and services are 83% of overall technology spend in this country. So it's very, very likely anyone watching this will have some sort of software and services requirement to empower their organization. If you do have any upfront costs within your business that you're looking to spread that cost on a monthly basis over time, or a quarterly basis, or a semi-annual basis over time, please just send a note into info@bidfin.io, and one of our reps will be in contact with you within the hour to guide you through the process.
Cool. Fantastic. It's been great to hear more about BidFin, Ross, and how your solutions can help organizations in their digital transformation. Thank you so much for joining us on the Jam, and we look forward to hearing more from BidFin in the future.
Thanks for having me, Zach. Much appreciated.